I have Layla, she's 21 months old, and you know, she's like turned our world upside down, basically. I've worked in childcare actually for a long time before I had kids, so I thought I knew everything, of course, and then you have a kid and it's just totally different than anything you've ever experienced. We came here and just ever since we walked in the door, we just knew this was the place. I started her off here when I was still a new parent because she was only 6 months old, and I was at that point when you're a new mom, everything is still so overwhelming and you just don't know if you're making the right decisions. Having her here has taken off a lot of that stress for me, and that helped me become, I think, a better mom, and everything else kind of just fell into place easier. One thing that stands out to me as a big aha moment is having her help us out with just daily chores. If you just incorporate the child into your everyday life, things become a lot more simple. Before we realized that, we would just put her in front of a mobile and be like, okay, we're gonna go do our thing, you do your thing, and then she'd be frustrated and we'd be frustrated. That's a big Montessori thing. You don't see the teachers off doing adult things while the kids are learning. It's just such a great example of the way that it should be. We've just grown as a family in terms of that time we get together every day, and it's become so much less frustrating and we're all happier. It's such a simple thing, but one thing that I would never have realized until I saw her here. The biggest thing that I keep coming back to is how much they learn at such a young age. A lot of people send their kids to daycare, they kind of forget about it being educational. You know, I think that a lot of people are just like, oh, kindergarten's when you start learning, but that's just not true. FamilyStar proves that because you put kids at the same age from here and compare them to another place where they're just at a daycare, and I think that the difference is astounding. We've had one home visit with Dulce, and Dulce was just speaking to her in Spanish, and Layla would do everything she said. I have no idea what she was saying, but I could tell that Layla understood everything. She's still little, she's not even 2 yet. I think a lot of it has to do with FamilyStar. I can't take much credit. And if all parents saw that, then I think all parents would have their kids here.
Pedro empezó aquí cuando tenía 3 años. Él está en el salón de la primaria. Cuando empezó él aquí, solo hablaba español.
Rocas para pintar.
Ahora es bilingüe, él habla muy bien inglés.
We had a basket and we put the rocks in there.
Él aprendió a ser independiente, a socializarse, a convivir con otros, a ayudarme en casa. Le gusta ayudar a sus amiguitos. Siento que es un niño buen modelo. A veces voy a observar a su salón. Me gusta su salón, su escuela. Siempre me habla de sus amigos y su escuela.
I played in the park.
You play in the park?
12 years ago, Nadia came to FamilyStar as a new parent. She didn't have any formal education or training in Montessori, and she really fell in love with our program.
Cuando yo empecé aquí en FamilyStar, vine con un diploma de escuela preparatoria.
When Nadia was first hired, it was as a classroom assistant.
Mi primer día, realmente no tenía mucha experiencia con los niños. No sabía mucho sobre el desarrollo de los niños.
And I think very quickly people caught on that she has a natural warmth and sensitivity and understanding of children's needs. You can't train that. She just knows.
FamilyStar confió en mí. Me educó, me mandó a la escuela para tener mi entrenamiento de Montessori y mi asociado en educación.
I think Nadia just found an approach in Montessori that really meshes well with who she is already and the way she sees the world, to respect other people, to understand that everybody has unique potential and that it's the responsibility of all of us in our relationship with each other to foster that, to help everybody succeed. She's the best at what she does.
Como madre he aprendido mucho, también para darle a mis niños y a los niños de la escuela.
If we could bottle what she does with children every day and give it to all of the early childhood educators in this country, we would live in a different place.
When I was younger, I didn't have a lot of supervision. My dad wasn't around a whole lot. I was raised by my grandmother. She was always working. I went through a stint in my life where I was in and out of jail or on parole, on probation for 15, 16 years. I'm not even 30 years old yet. The day that my son, Richard, came was the day something clicked in my head that I gotta grow up and I gotta be a father. I would never wish what I've been through in my past on any one of my kids. I want to see them be successful. The opportunity that they've had here versus my upbringing is night and day. It's giving them the tools and the skills to be able to continue on the right path instead of the wrong path, which I took. When I'm horse playing at home with relatives or friends and he sees me, he'll come up right away, "Daddy, that's not nice." "Okay, son, sorry." Just for a 3-year-old to know right from wrong is priceless. He surprises me all the time, even to this day, and I know to expect it out of him. At home, one night we were eating dinner, he picks up his bowl and he goes and puts it in the sink. I looked at my son's mom and I was like, "What's he doing?" She goes, "Oh, that's what they teach him at school." I was like, "That's amazing. Everybody's kids should go there." I know grown adults that don't even put their dishes in the sink when they're done. I got a 3-year-old that does it at home. Come on, get it together. I'm very proud of who I am and how far I've came from where I was in life. And just to have a whole nother support system over here that I could talk to anybody about anything, any questions. To me, who wasn't ever expecting to be a father, it's the best feeling in the world. I would love to see FamilyStar be helping more kids than they do, because I would love for every family to be able to experience with their kids what I've experienced with mine. If everybody's kids came to FamilyStar, it'd be a happier Denver.